Welcome to Abnerdity, your monthly show on Very Tasty Productions, where we talk on an absurd level about the things I like to nerd out about. This month we're talking about the highly anticipated Halo 4 for the Xbox 360. This month my co-host is resident Halo expert Matt Presbis.
It's really easy to. It's just.
Presbis.
Whatever.
Captain Novals works as well.
Captain Novals, our resident Halo expert. Before we get into the Halo discussion, we went to the midnight premiere and got some interviews. Alright, so we're here at the midnight launch for Halo 4, the most highly anticipated game of the year for the Xbox 360. And I'm talking to, what's your name?
Gage.
Have you played Halo 4 yet? I see they have the multiplayer.
I haven't got a chance to sample the multiplayer yet, but my friend over there had it on JTAG a couple weeks now, and I went over to his house this weekend and actually played the campaign. And I think 343 did a really good job because it's got the feel of the other Halo games, you know, but it's new at the same time.
So what are you guys most excited about in Halo 4?
Everything.
All of it.
Spartan Ops for me.
Spartan Ops, which is...
It's the multiplayer campaign, I think.
Multiplayer campaign, which is
co-op campaign
yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Completely different story from the.
That's
real
the
campaign.
they're releasing it like episodically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they did The Walking Dead.
For like 10 weeks.
So this is going to be like a weekly DLC type thing.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the campaign because I'm excited to see Master Chief again.
So what are you most excited about in Halo 4?
Campaign. It's mostly because I don't have live. Where I live, we don't have. It's sucky internet. It's like dial-up.
Oh, the saddest of pandas. So, what gun are you going to go with?
I only got to pick I've got the sword. I think, oh, it's like infection. I'm the Flood.
Oh.
I got a Alpha Flood. Sweet. I got to find some dudes and murder.
For the win.
Tomorrow for election day, we're missing it for Halo Day. That's what it is.
Yeah.
on election day.
Not even going to vote. Just vote for Master Chief, really.
Master Chief.
Master
Chief for
Chief
president.
Master Chief President, Buck for vice president.
Yeah, these guys told me that he was like some mountain party, and then I actually looked it up, and I was very disappointed to see who was running.
Yeah.
We got our buddy Paul Ryan over here.
How's it going, Paul Ryan?
Doing pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know you'd be here for the Halo 4 launch.
It's Halo 4.
I mean, yeah, skip out on your campaign and all that stuff for Halo 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to get votes somewhere. I mean,
All right, we're here at the midnight release for Halo 4, talking to the first man to get the game with your amazingly cunning hat. What's your name?
Travis.
All right, and what edition of the game did you get here?
Limited edition, collector's edition, whatever they're calling it now.
Which comes with what?
A lot of stuff, apparently.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm not even sure what all's in it right now.
Well, I'm going to let you go play your game.
Hey!
No, they are.
Look at them.
They're great, aren't they?
Hey!
Those were great interviews.
So good.
Oh, yeah. You like those interviews. Especially Paul Ryan. He was the man. So, to start our Halo discussion, we're going to talk a little Halo history, some backstory.
I just started my second read-through of Halo: The Fall of Reach, which was the first game, or the first book in many, because, well, Halo has an awesome backstory.
How about we start with, why not the origin of John, what's his name, 115? John 115?
John 117.
John 117, not 15.
I'm disappointed you didn't know that. Well, John, as everyone knows, is part of the Spartan 2 program. The Spartans were actually taken as children when they were about 6 years old and put into this program, where they trained them since then to be soldiers and to fight. They trained for about, 15 or so years before the Covenant joined. Real intense training, which explains a lot about them. They also did a lot of augmentation to them, increased their muscle mass and the strength of their bones, which is why they're so tall and obnoxiously strong and can run so fast and all that fun stuff.
So for those of you who don't know, Halo is probably the biggest franchise for the Microsoft Xbox 360 and the original Xbox. I remember for me it was the first big first-person shooter I ever played, Halo 1, I mean next to GoldenEye obviously. I think really what Halo did was put, you know, Microsoft on the map as a gaming company, and it also revolutionized first-person shooters, introducing fast-paced gameplay, long, large maps, sequences with, you know, vehicles, and just the whole shebang. It was just...
I got to sit there and look at it for about 3 hours in the car while we were looking around for an Xbox. It's a great box. Fun fact.
After Halo 2 came back and really kind of revolutionized multiplayer, online multiplayer gaming as we know it, introduced ranking systems.
I wasted so many hours of my life playing Halo 2. That's what I'd do. I'd go to school, come home, and do that, and then not do homework and get yelled at by my parents and teachers.
That's kind of depressing.
Not a lot has changed.
Shh. True story.
Then, of course, there was Halo 3, which didn't really do too much for me. You know, it kind of finished the story, quote-unquote. And then, of course, Halo Reach, we got the prequel where we got to play as not the Master Chief. And now we got Halo 4.
There are 2 other games in there. Halo Wars, which is an RTS, and Halo 3 ODST, which a lot of people didn't like because you weren't a Spartan.
Yeah.
It was the same gameplay, same enemies, but you were just kind of a weak, feeble, normal human person.
It's like, let's take the Halo mechanics and take them out.
It had to be a lot more stealthy. Splinter Cell Halo Edition.
It wasn't for me. A promotional campaign, which I think is really incredibly interesting. This is kind of the first time I've ever seen a video game take such a proactive approach in that it designed or it created a 5-part internet TV series, Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn, which acts as a prequel to not just, you know, Halo 4, but really the entire series.
In the storyline, it comes before the fall of Reach, of course, because there's Master Chief and also has some of his friends from the Spartan program in it. One of the ones, I think the only one that actually gets mentioned is Kelly. Halo Forward Unto Dawn follows Thomas Lasky, who is actually the commander in Halo 4. So you actually have to watch the Forward Unto Dawn series in order to understand the storyline in Halo 4 when you get thrown into it, because they pretty much just throw you right in. I gotta admit, for the first few levels, I was like, the storyline's just kind of there. It's like there's no development. So if you haven't played yet, you need to watch this Forward Unto Dawn series before doing that. But it follows Lasky and his friends through their training, the Marines. Eventually their school gets attacked, and Lasky and a few of his friends are the only survivors, and Chief comes and saves them. It's awesome.
What really impressed me about Forward Unto Dawn was not only that it was a crazy advertising decision to shell out so much money on a series, but the fact that it was so high quality. It was well done.
Very well
From
done.
the reviews I've seen, it was received very well.
Great actors.
And, yeah, from what I've seen, it was very well performed. It had the girl from Chronicles of Narnia. It just had a lot going for this series, which really was kind of a big risk advertising-wise.
I was watching him, it was just like... blew my mind.
Yeah, those brain bits everywhere.
It was just...
we
had to clean up for 2 days.
Yeah, it was...
Oh, come on. You guys cleaned?
Shut up, Dan.
Now that we've had a chance to play Halo 4, let's do a game review for Halo 4. So typically when I like to break down game reviews, I like to break it down into graphics, story, multiplayer, general gameplay. I guess we'll start with graphics.
Graphics have been phenomenal. We have an HDTV, but I only use the composite input, so it's like the lowest quality it could have. But it's everything just still looks amazing. Yeah. And I gotta say, as I was playing earlier today, I was just like going through these ancient Forerunner structures, just kind of actually looking around and like, wow, this is kind of awesome.
Like you said, we've been playing it at the lowest possible quality we could be playing this game. And the fact is, everything is just beautifully rendered. You don't see any kind of screw-ups. There's nothing like popping out randomly. Like, I've been playing Assassin's Creed, and there are like little glitches everywhere. I've seen none of that so far in Halo 4. And that, you know, just speaks to the attention to detail they've had in creating these worlds. All the environments are really just kind of flawless. Halo's always had a knack for doing large set pieces, and this is no different. If anything, it's probably the best-looking Halo game so far. That's not even talking about Master Chief's armor, which looks almost real. Like, I haven't seen a game look this real since I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Granted, I was playing that game at its highest quality. So I'd be interested to see this game also at its full capabilities.
It would be amazing. Actually, the first cutscene, it shows Dr. Halsey. For a second, I thought they were using real actors for it.
They weren't?
I don't think so.
So next, we'll talk about the story. Obviously, one of the most anticipated things, especially after, you know, doing these interviews at the midnight launch. The story is highly anticipated.
The main thing about this story is that Master Chief's kind of been in his cryo chamber from Halo 3 for the past 4 years.
4 years.
4 years. And so Cortana's just been sitting there thinking, and she's actually past her lifespan. Normal AI lasts about 7 years. Cortana is now at 8 years, so she's starting to deteriorate, more or less thinking herself to death. And it plays a large part into the storyline of the game. While you're playing, your screen will kind of shake or go fuzzy, and you'll hear Cortana saying weird things. Real intense storyline. Also, seems to be kind of a little more intimate than the other ones have been. There's a lot more to it.
It's true. This is the first game I've heard Master Chief sound even somewhat emotional. You were playing it earlier, and I just heard Master Chief sound panicked. There was this tinge of panic in his voice, which was never ever there before. And I think part of that goes to the fact that they put both actors,
Voice actor for Master Chief and the voice actor for Cortana, were actually in the same room doing the dialogue, which apparently they had never done before.
yeah, they'd never even met before Halo 4, actually.
Right. One more thing about the storyline is what they tried to do with this one. Was in the previous few Halos, it's always been, this great hero who's just kind of been on this journey. And he's always been the hero. And now he's just kind of like, the emotional storyline puts him out of his comfort zone, because fighting is all Master Chief has ever known. And I think they did a fantastic job of showing that he's out of his comfort zone through this. Like you were saying, you actually could almost feel emotion in him.
Moving on to multiplayer. The multiplayer feels incredibly balanced. I like how it flows. It's very fluid. I only played one game of Slayer, which I won. Anyone with any playstyle, I think, can succeed in this multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the kind of guy who sprints around these maps with an assault rifle and just kind of jumps around and moves from place to place. Nice. And basically just kind of Rambos people to death. There were people, flying around in Banshees, using mechs. All in all, you can do pretty much whatever you want in this multiplayer mode, and, this was just Slayer. It's very intense, it's very fun. It's something I can see myself putting a lot of hours into. You and Will also got a chance to play the new zombie mode, right?
We played 4 players, so 2 people started as Flood and 2 people are human. So you just run around the map trying to infect people. It was quite the time. Another great thing about the multiplayer is now the plethora of weapons. They introduced a whole new weapon set with the Promethean, and their weapons are... There was one I was using earlier today, the Incinerator Cannon, which is amazing. It just shoots out like 5 fireball things and just incinerates.
It incinerates.
So glorious.
Which is the perfect transition into overall gameplay. This is a mix of both the single-player campaign and the multiplayer. Overall, I think this game probably has the best gameplay I've seen in any Halo game so far, which is amazing because this is 343 Industries' first outing into the game world. They definitely put their all into this game. I love how all of the guns work. Some of the guns are a little weaker than I would have hoped. The suppressor, that gun. Yeah. But then some of the guns are absolutely phenomenal. You brought up the incinerator. I love the railgun.
The railgun. Wow.
There's an interesting balance. The Covenant are the same as ever, which means as you get into the game as a seasoned Halo veteran, you're killing Covenant left and right. You're completely confident. And then when you fight the Prometheans, you get this just feeling of just complete terror. 'Cause this is a new enemy, and you have to fight them in a new way. You have to be more persistent in how you fight these people. Now, we played it on our first playthrough in Heroic, which might speak a little bit for our frustrations.
If you remember how you hated the Flood when you met them, they kind of made you prefer fighting the Covenant. I think the Prometheans, I would almost prefer fighting the Flood.
The only complaints I'd have about this game, I've always had a problem with the large set-piece missions taking so long. You have to do so much backtracking, and it takes forever. Because what Halo does well, in my opinion, is fast-paced combat. When it does that, it does a great job of immersing you in this universe and showing you the work they've done in creating these worlds. But at the same time, I just want to get back to killing aliens.
I mean, I've always enjoyed the fact that they had the obnoxiously huge maps. So I always enjoyed playing through them. There are a few, like the library in the first one, where it's just you did the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they changed it up a little bit, I'm okay with it.
1 to 5. What would you give Halo 4?
Awesome.
I'd give it about a 4.5, mainly because of that whole, we have these awesome large set pieces, but there's really nothing you can do with them.
I would give it a solid 5, because I always enjoy the backstory to Halo. It's one of the things I've loved the most about it, and this one does a great job of integrating it into the gameplay.
So that's it. Thanks for watching Abnerdity this month. You can follow me on Twitter, or you can like the Very Tasty Productions Facebook page. Links in the description. check back here or on Dance Weenie's channel for videos every Monday and Thursday. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.